Stop scrolling and start speaking English. Stop scrolling for a moment. Yes, I'm talking to you. If you've been watching English videos for weeks or months. If you've learned grammar. If you've saved vocabulary. If you've watched pronunciation videos. But you still feel nervous when someone asks you a simple question in English. This video is for you. Hello everyone. My name is Natasha and welcome to day 1 of our 30-day spoken English course. This is not going to be a course where I give you a long vocabulary list and ask you to memorize 50 words. And this is not going to be a course where we spend the entire lesson talking about complicated grammar rules. Instead, we are going to focus on something much more practical. How can you actually speak English in your everyday life? Maybe you're a student. Maybe you're preparing for a job interview. Maybe you're working in an office. Maybe you want to talk to your friends in English. Maybe you understand English, but become silent when it's your turn to speak. Whatever your situation is, we are going to build your speaking step by step. So please don't just watch today's lesson. The beginner's problem. Before we learn anything, let's talk about the biggest problem beginners face. Imagine this situation. You're meeting someone for the first time. They ask, "Hi. How are you?" You know the answer. Maybe you say, "I'm fine." Then they ask, "What are you doing these days?" And suddenly, your mind stops. You know what you want to say, but you don't know how to say it quickly. You start translating from your native language. You think about grammar. You search for vocabulary. You worry. Is this sentence correct? And while you're thinking, the conversation becomes uncomfortable. Does this happen to you? If yes, don't worry. You're not bad at English. You simply need more speaking practice. There is a big difference between knowing English, no boring grammar. Now let me make one thing clear. We are not going to completely ignore grammar. Grammar is important. But grammar should help your speaking, not stop your speaking. For example, if I teach you 10 complicated grammar rules today, can you remember all 10 tomorrow? Probably not. And even if you remember them, can you use them immediately in a conversation? Maybe not. So instead of giving you a huge grammar lesson, we are going to learn simple speaking patterns. Patterns that you can immediately use. Today we have two main types of actions. Type 1, ongoing work or action. Something happening now or around the present. Type 2, completed work or action. Something that has already been completed or happened. And these two ideas will give you two powerful speaking structures. The two golden rules. Here are today's two golden rules. Golden Rule 1. I am plus verb plus ing. We use this mainly for an action that is happening now or around the present. For example, I am studying. I am working. I am learning English. I am preparing for an interview. Golden Rule 2. I have plus V3. We use this for completed actions or experiences connected to the present. For example, I have finished my work. I have completed my homework. I have learned English expressions. So remember, ongoing I am plus verbing. Completed I have plus V3. That's our foundation for today. Now we are going to understand these rules properly. Golden rule number 2. I have plus V3. Now let's move to our second golden rule. I have plus V3. This is the present perfect structure. The name may sound complicated, but let's focus on the meaning. We use it to talk about something that has happened or has been completed and has a connection to the present. For example, I have finished my work. My work is complete now. Another. I have completed my homework. The homework is complete. Another. I have eaten lunch. Lunch has already happened. Another. I have sent the email. The email has already been sent. Let's practice. Repeat. I've finished my work. Pause. I've completed my homework. Pause. I've eaten lunch. Pause. I've sent the email. Ongoing vs completed. Now this is the most important comparison of today's lesson. Ongoing work. I am doing my homework. It means I'm doing it now. Completed work. I have done my homework. It means the homework is complete. Let's try another. Ongoing. I'm eating lunch. Completed. I've eaten lunch. Another. Ongoing. I'm writing an email. Completed. I've written the email. Common mistakes. Now let's talk about some common mistakes beginners make. And I want you to repeat the correct sentence. Mistake 1. Cross mark I am learn English. Correct. Check mark button I am learning English. Because we are using plus verbing. Mistake 2. Cross mark I have finished my work. Correct. Check mark button I have finished my work. Because after have, we use the V3 form. Mistake 3. Cross mark I am studying English yesterday. Correct. Check mark button I studied English yesterday. Why? Because yesterday is a finished time in the past. So don't worry about memorizing every grammar rule today. Just understand the basic meaning. 5 new vocabulary words. And don't worry. I'm not going to give you a huge vocabulary list. Today, we are going to learn only 5 useful words. Because knowing 5 words and actually using them is better than memorizing 50 words and forgetting them tomorrow. 1. Enhance. Meaning, improve. Practice can enhance your speaking skills. 2. Achieve. Meaning, successfully reach a goal. I want to achieve my English speaking goals. 3. Observe. Meaning, watch or notice carefully. Observe how people speak English naturally. 4. Confident. Meaning, feeling sure about yourself. I want to become more confident. Remember. Cross mark I am confidence. Check mark button I am confident. 5. Implement. Meaning, put a plan into action. I'm implementing a daily English practice routine. Don't just read these words. Try to use one of them today. Simple questions. Now let's learn the questions you can use with this structure. The most important question is, what are you doing? Let's repeat it. What are you doing? Pause. Now answer. I'm studying English. Another question. Where are you going? Answer. I'm going to the office. Another. What are you learning? Answer. I'm learning English. Another. Who are you talking to? Answer. I'm talking to my friend. Another. Why are you studying English? Answer. I'm studying English because I want to speak confidently. These are simple questions. But simple questions are extremely important. Speed challenge. Now we are coming to one of the most important parts of today's lesson. The speed challenge. Why do we need a speed challenge? Because many learners know English. But they speak very slowly because they are translating everything in their head. Our goal is to reduce that hesitation. I am going to ask you a simple question. You have only 3 seconds to start answering. Don't try to create a perfect sentence. Just start speaking. Ready? Question 1. What are you doing right now? 3, 2, 1. Speak. I'm watching an English lesson. Good. Question 2. What are you learning? I'm learning English. Very good. Don't worry if your answer wasn't perfect. The goal of this exercise is response speed. Tomorrow, try to answer faster. Self-talk practice. Now here's something you can do every day without a speaking partner. It's called self-talk. You don't need another person. You don't need a classroom. You don't need a teacher. You simply talk about your own life. Look around you. What are you doing? I'm sitting in my room. What are you using? I'm using my phone. What are you watching? I'm watching an English lesson. What are you learning? I'm learning new English expressions. What have you completed today? I've completed my work. What have you done recently? I've practiced English. Keep talking. Even if your English is simple. For example, I'm sitting in my room. I'm holding my phone. I'm watching this video. I'm taking notes. I'm learning English. I've already learned 2 useful structures. I've practiced several sentences. I'm becoming more confident. This is how you connect English with your real life. 1 minute speaking. Speak for 1 minute about your day. Try to use both structures. For example, I'm sitting in my room right now. I'm practicing English. I've already completed my work today. I've learned some new vocabulary, and I'm working on my speaking skills. But don't memorize my answer. Create your own answer. From one sentence to a mini story. Now we are going to take everything we've learned and turn it into a small story. This is an important step because real conversations aren't just individual sentences. We connect sentences. Start with I'm learning English. Add another. I'm learning English because I want to improve my communication skills. Add another. I'm learning English because I want to improve my communication skills, and I'm practicing every day. Add another. I'm learning English because I want to improve my communication skills, and I'm practicing every day. I've already learned several useful expressions. Now we have a mini story. Example. I'm learning English because I want to improve my communication skills. I'm practicing every evening after work. I've already learned several useful expressions, and I'm trying to use them in real conversations. Sometimes I make mistakes, but I'm becoming more confident. That's much closer to real speaking. The 3-second response rule. Now let's add one more challenge. I'm going to call this the 3-second rule. When someone asks you a simple question, don't spend 20 seconds searching for the perfect answer. Try to start speaking within 3 seconds. You don't need the perfect sentence. Just start. Question. What are you doing? Don't think for 10 seconds. Start. I'm. Then continue. I'm preparing for an interview. Question. What are you learning? Start. I'm learning. Then. I'm learning English and Python. Question. Have you finished your work? Start. Yes, I've. Then. Yes, I've finished most of my work. The important thing is, start speaking first. Improve the sentence while speaking. Ending conversation, day 1. All right, everyone, we have reached the end of day 1. But before we finish, I don't want to end today's lesson with just thank you for watching. Goodbye. Instead, let's have one final natural conversation using everything we learned today.